Let's get in then a view on the commodity space, and we have seen these markets also see a bit of a turnaround coming in. Gold price is up 0.25%, silver is up 0.5% in the international markets, and the Indian markets also have seen a turnaround coming in because of the rupee depreciation. So some buying coming back in this space. It's not just the precious metals, the energy space has continued to be on the positive side as well. So it's trading at a 6-week highs for the NYMEX crude oil prices, and the Indian markets as well have turned around and inching towards that 6,000 mark, just slightly below that, so 0.5% of a gain coming in for this space. Chirag, Sheth is VP Manharlal Commodities, and he joins us live on the show with his set of strategies. Chirag, hi, welcome. Let's start with energy first, and that really has been an outperformer in the commodity space for 2013. How do you want to trade that today, and what's your sense before this year ends?
I believe crude oil prices are poised for some more upside. Crude oil prices did take kind of that support at the lower end of the $90 band, and we believe that we are more comfortable with crude oil prices moving towards the 100 kind of mark. So I would be buying into crude on any dips at this moment. Given the fact that crude oil prices have run up a bit over the last couple of days time, 59.80, 59.70 would be kind of level where I would be looking at buying into crude, and look for targets around 60.20, 60.50. I think if somebody is ready to hold on to crude for a 1 week's perspective, I would not be surprised if crude oil prices manages to touch the $100 mark.
Chirag, what's your sense for the precious metal space now? Because while the Fed tapering is a hangover that would continue for this market, but we have seen a bit of a bargain buying coming in for this one as well. The previous week did saw very sharp declines. How would you look at these current levels?
I think there are a couple of factors which are therein. As you mentioned, there was bargain buying. We saw gold prices dropping to the lower end of the $1,200 mark, and we've seen market from there really moving on, taking kind of support. Also the fact that if you look at the CFTC figures, there is excessive amount of short which has got built up. So there is always that risk of short covering which could actually come into the market, and that's why you are seeing that the downside is getting limited with every bad news that is coming to the market, and that is what is tempting us to get into on the long side. Investors who have got that kind of risk appetite could actually go ahead and buy into both gold and silver. We are more comfortable at this moment buying into silver, so anywhere around 44,700, 44,650 at those kind of levels are extremely good levels for somebody to buy into silver. We are looking at 45,200 to 45,300 kind of levels in next couple of days time. Even for that matter in gold, 29,800 kind of level is a good level to get into gold. I would not be surprised to see gold surpassing 30,000, and given the fact that all those positive news with the rupee has already been priced in, we are looking at rupee could be somewhere around 60 to 50 kind of levels in next 15 days time.
Chirag, what's your sense for somebody who wants to buy for a longer term? I mean, would you say somebody who wants to buy it for a quarter or 6 months or even 1 year that these current levels are perhaps good to buy, or would you tell them to wait and watch till time? No, for somebody who's looking at a long-term perspective, I would actually suggest staggered buying in that sense. I would not go gung-ho into the market at this moment. Having an opportunity maybe to choose between silver or gold, I would prefer silver at this moment. I would stay away from gold, going into a big investment into gold. I am more bullish on the silver from that perspective. I believe the silver prices could easily see another 6 to 7% kind of upside in next 3 to 6 months time. So yeah, and one should look at staggered buying. Every fall should be actually used an opportunity to buy into silver. And what kind of a risk on the downside would you put on silver prices?
I do not see silver prices, to be very honest, Manisha, I do not see silver prices breaking below 43,000 mark. So I think yes, on the downside, maybe you've got that 1,000 kind of rupees, volatility that we normally have in silver. But I think if I look at the risk reward ratio on the silver, the upside is there in making.
Fair point. Let's talk about the base metal space as well then, Chirag, and we have seen very strong data from China in sense of import numbers and from US as well. Every number that has come in from US in the last week and this week has been on the positive side. But even then, we haven't seen much of a buying coming in. Do you think it's the Fed tapering concerns which are weighing onto this space, or is it just that every rally does get sold into?
No, I think there are a couple of things. Yes, Fed tapering has been looming for quite some time, but our sense is that Fed tapering may not happen anytime soon. We are looking at Fed tapering to happen most probably in March or somewhere around that time. To be very honest, what is really happening in the market is that we've seen so many times Chinese numbers to be extremely strong, and that really kind of pushes this positive sentiment into the market. But then following numbers are not really that positive. I think what market is really looking at is that maybe for a couple of months time Chinese numbers continue to remain strong, and that really helps us to see that whether the trend is changed or not. But having said that, there is an opportunity in both copper and some selective base metals where one could actually buy into and make some sort of money. So copper at around 446.50, 446 kind of is a fantastic level where somebody who has got that kind of risk appetite to buy into copper, keep a strict stop loss of ₹1.50 in copper and look for 450 kind of levels. And same thing is there in zinc. Zinc price is at 107. I would not venture into zinc at this moment. Maybe 117 is a level where zinc I would be more comfortable buying into, and look for targets around 119 or somewhere around that.
Fair point. And the last question really, because we are heading into the year end, have you had time to make a report for 2014 yet? And if yes, what kind of sectors are you going overweight or underweight on, given the fact that energy only has been a sector which has given you positive returns? Metals, precious metals actually have been the losers here.
Right, what we are looking at in 2014 is are a couple of things. First one is that there is going to be this supply kind of pressure in base metals. So in base metals you have to be fairly selective, and we are becoming increasingly positive on something like nickel. We believe that this whole Indonesia ore ban, which is going to benefit a lot of these nickel producers, and we could see nickel prices moving up. On the precious metal side, we are remaining selective for silver. We are more positive in silver than gold. But having said that, we could see some sort of positive impact coming to gold because of the fact that good monsoon, we've got elections down the line. That could mean more income in hands of individuals, and that could lead to some sort of positive buying coming into gold.
Fair point, Chirag. We'll let you go at that. Appreciate you joining us and giving us your strategies. That's the view coming in on the commodities from Manharlal.